Now, as much as we think everyone watching at home gets everything right, the voting is starting to tally in for the All-Stars, so we need to help. You know, we still got some time to try and help. So let's take a look. Let's start with the East and Sekou, your East All-Stars. Let's take a look at your list. The difference, let's spotlight. Why Jimmy Butler over DeMar DeRozan?
Well, I think Jimmy Butler, obviously,
Or over Paul
you can
George.
slot him in the front court, you know, but he can play whatever position he wanted to for the Bulls. I just feel like the load he's toting with all the stuff they have going on in Chicago with Rajon Rondo, Dwayne Wade, you know, at this stage of his career, not able to go out there and produce at the high level he's used to every night. Jimmy Butler's playing out of his mind, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor. He's taking on a huge scoring role for the Bulls, obviously, but also he's the guy that's bringing the energy and the juice to them every night. And they're not a great team by any stretch, but Jimmy Butler's performance individually certainly makes me think he should be an all-star starter.
I can't articulate that any better than for Paul George. It would be the
So the
same
same
story.
exact thing he just said.
Exactly the same. I mean, he's a great two-way player. He's carrying a load, you know, in a new system with a new coach. I mean, this is a guy that historically has just been not only a great athlete, but high skill level, can do it inside, can drive it inside, makes plays for other teams. I think he's a great finisher and closer at the end of the games as well. And I just think a little bit inherently more talented than Jimmy Butler, but it's close and a very small edge.
Now, because of how much you love those north of the border, I know you were very convicted about your decision of DeRozan over Kyrie.
Well, one is a starter and one's a sixth man for the East All-Stars. And, you know, but DeRozan, I gave him a little bit of the edge, and this is no slight against Kyrie, just because DeRozan, he's a great scorer. Kyrie does more things, I think, across the board in terms of not only scoring the basketball, but making plays for, you know, his teammates. And he's a much, much better three-point shooter than DeRozan. But I'm giving my props to the Canadian teams, you know, having been a part of one. So DeRozan is giving that Raptor love.
See, I'm okay. See, when you do it with love, you can't complain about that.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm sure you're going to.
I have a hard time. No, I just have a hard time not respecting what Kyrie has done. Really, dating back to the finals to now, he's proved himself to be one of the great finishers in this league. And he has to play with the cloud of LeBron James over him at all times. So people are always going to say, well, he's getting the benefit of playing with LeBron James. Well, there are a lot of nights where LeBron has the benefit of letting Kyrie finish games. And to me, that's a superstar player in this league that really isn't getting the due he deserves. I'm at least going to make sure he's in the first five when we get to the Warriors.
All right. Now, when we look at the West, you notice when you look at the list, and I found this interesting because a couple of nights ago I was here, you had a moment with Boogie, and then he went out and had the worst game of the season. So is this a repayment plan that the least you can do is put him into the starters?
I'm doing whatever I can to get off of the schneid with Boogie. You know, we talked to him the other night before the game. He goes out and throws up his worst night of the season scoring. But if you look at his body of work this year, drama aside,
yes,
this is the best big man in basketball, the best true low-post big man in the game. And he's stretching his game out to the three-point line and beyond. He's doing it all, and he's really lifting the Kings here recently, gotten him on a nice little run here recently, just playing within himself and blocking out the drama and the nonsense.
Now, Boogie said everything is ridiculous after he put 55 on the Blazers. Stu, I'm sure you think that's a little ridiculous. Boogie over AD, why?
Well, counterpoint. I mean, AD scores more, he's a better rebounder, and he blocks more shots. You know, I think both of them are very, very skilled players. Both of them have the ability to get to the rim off of the dribble. They both can shoot it from the perimeter. They both run the floor extremely well. I just give the edge to AD statistically at this point in the season, but I got much love for Boogie as well.
All right, I thought both of you did fantastically well. Not as good as the fans.